Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our Gurukula sessions. And today is a Wednesday. We have a Krishna Lila discussion. So, adding Krishna in our life helps us to solve many problems. And life becomes very easy to go on. And how it is, one very nice picture I was seeing. I'll show you all if you can just see and try to understand the lesson from it if you can catch it. I'll just put on the screen here. It's not visible. Just let me open. Yeah. You all are able to, nothing is coming on the screen. Just let me give 1 minute. This is a nice depiction of that painting. Yeah, now I think I can share right here on. All are able to see? Is it visible?
Yeah, Prabhu.
So what is the difference? One situation and another situation.
Yeah, Prabhu, means like life without Krishna is that already we are hanging on the edge of the cliff, and along with that now we have one additional weight also, Prabhu. But life without Krishna means not only it frees us from the cliff and the additional weight, but it gives us a balloon from which we can go back to God and Prabhu.
So he's flying. You're able to see? He's flying with the balloon. He's able to go on. So life becomes who can fly when it is very light, right? Lightweight things can fly very easily. So we have so many problems in our life. And without Krishna, when we go on in this world, then more problems get added. Like he's practically now hanging on the edge. And on the top of that big mass is pulling him more down. Right. Without Krishna, this is a situation. In that session also, those who attended on the Saturday about the Gajendra episode, we showed all of you one picture of man caught hold on a branch and then so many dangers all around. And he thinks that, oh, I have a little happiness because I'm able to taste a drop of honey. You remember any of you attended that day? I think that's a very famous.
I think previously also you have shown.
Yes, previously also.
Become a nightmare one.
Yes. In that session, yeah. One week Pro was there. Yeah. So this is a situation. Although we may not see problems directly, but then when we really understand the scriptures, then life becomes more broader. We're able to see, like let's say you are on the ground. So you cannot see what is there behind the building or a side of the building. You can just see what is in front of you or side of you. That's all. But when you go top of the building, then you can see all around. And the more height of the building, the more visible it becomes all things around. What is there behind? What is there front? What is there ahead? So like that, with the help of Krishna, we get the knowledge from the scripture. We go more and more high. We're able to see the life very clearly. How we're caught up into the different challenges, difficulties, and then there is no solution practically. Only solution is where to add Krishna in our life. Then we can go on flying very nicely in our life. So that's why it's so nice. So that's why we have this Krishna book reading sessions, not only just for reading the stories, but we have to also go on adding Krishna more and more. When the difficulties comes, when the challenge comes, what we do? Do we really pray to the Lord and then look what Lord wants us to follow? Or do we just forget the God and then go on our way? So to learn, and not only difficult situations, but even good situations also. Do we thank the Lord? Do we become grateful to the Lord? So either of the ways, we have to connect to Krishna. So let us begin our today's discussion on Krishna book. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanutam Tam Sachivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Vadita Shri Shakhanutam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Shatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhattavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So anyone remember where we stopped? What was the topic? So Krishna, Uddhava visits
Uddhava visits Vrindavan.
Yeah, correct. Where in that, any specific points you remember? Somehow I forgot to take a note. Last week I took out some, I think other devotee was there, I guess.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Other teacher was there, yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Where we had stopped, Uddhava.
Prabhuji, that
Yeah.
last point was that everything rests upon Krishna, but Krishna is not under it.
Uddhava continued, Prabhuji. From there till the end of the para.
Yeah. Here it is. Everything rests in him, but he is untouched by everything manifested. Correct, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, correct. Correct. Uddhava, he narrates. So Uddhava is describing the greatness of the Lord. Right? He described how Krishna is so great because of he first of all he heard the feelings and the thoughts about Nanda Baba and Yashoda and all. Then they became silent. Then they told how Krishna is such a great personality. They're not ordinary, although they look like ordinary humans, but they're the Supreme Lord. So now let's see further. So I hope you're able to see on the screen here. Nanda and Uddhava thus passed the whole night discussing Krishna. What is written here? Whole night. Right? Not that they slept in the night. Generally, what we do in the night, I mean, nowadays people, they awake in the night and in the daytime they sleep. But they did not that, oh, they spent whole night discussing, so the daytime they slept. No. Right. So they could not able to stop only discussing. For them, day and night did not make any difference. They were beyond that any concern about their bodily needs of going to bed or getting tired or no. So if you have some interest, if you have some liking or if you have some great desire to do, so the things doesn't matter much. Like let's say you like something to read about, then it will not matter much whether it is a day, night, or things will go on continuously. Right? This day and night doesn't, so time doesn't cause any impact. It just go on. It just goes on continuously. So that is a power to surpass the effect of time also. It doesn't make any much difference. So then in the morning, the Gopis prepared for morning arati by lighting lamps and sprinkling the butter mixed with the yogurt. So what we do in the morning hours? Morning arati, Mangal arati. Right. So this is not something new system. See here it is written. After finishing their Mangal arati, they engage themselves in the churning butter from the yogurt. So we should begin the day by praying to the Lord, by praying to all our spiritual masters and Guru Parampara, and then worshipping the Lord. Then we should begin the day. So morning hours for Krishna, and then evening hours are rest of the daytime for us, for our studies and the other works. So this is what, even before, we start the day right itself. As soon as we get up from the bed itself, we should begin with the prayers. Oh, thank you, Lord, for giving. And then we chant the Prabhupada mantra. If you have spiritual master and spiritual master mantra, then Prabhupada mantra. And then we pray to Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then we come out of the bed and then start. Because he has given us one more day. Same thing while going to the bed as well. Before sleeping, before getting our beds and then covering ourselves, we bow down on the bed and then pray to the Lord, remember the Lord, thank the Lord, thank our spiritual master and Prabhupada for giving us this nice opportunity to engage ourselves again nicely. Right? Not only morning and evening, even with our studies as well. So this practice we do now, then naturally our every work becomes infused with Krishna. Then you saw that picture in the beginning. We hold on to Krishna, it becomes very easy. Right? That's the meaning. Practically we apply. So gopis are not just, because people, they think, gopis means they have great feelings or love. No, they practice also. They used to get up early in the morning. They used to do Mangal Arati. They used to do their works, everything. Not that because they're the highest, so they don't follow. Right? So we should follow very best. Then they began their work. They engaged themselves churning the butter from yogurt. So I don't know now in the homes we do or no, but mothers, if you have seen, they do these things. At least in our childhood days, we had seen. Every day after boiling the milk, that cream comes on the top. So they used to keep the cream. And then like that, in a week or so, cream gets stored. Then that they churn into this mixing with that churning rod, and then the butter and things, many things comes out. Then they make ghee also out of it. So that's what is being missed. While the gopis were thus engaged, the lamps reflected on their ornaments made their ornaments still brighter. So this was so you observe here, there was no electricity. Is it written a tube light or a bulb? What is written here? How they're able to see the light means how they're able to see the day, their things and all. There's a lamp. So that is a very natural light. Yeah, the lamps were being lit up. It's a very natural. Whereas tube lights and all, they cause the bit tired on our eyes if you go on for long hours. It's not a natural for us. Whereas lamp lights are very soothing. So this is a lamp was being used. Their churning rods, their arms, their earrings, their bangles, their breast, everything moved, and kumkum powder gave their faces saffron luster comparable to rising sun. So putting tilaks. So the gopis, they used to put the tilak as the ladies they put. And the devotees, the boys also, they put the tilak. So that is a decoration. While making sounds by churning, they also sang the glories of Krishna. The two sound vibration mixed together ascended to the sky and sanctified the whole atmosphere. So which two sounds? Anyone noted? Which two sounds they mixed and then spread it in the sky and created a whole atmosphere, sanctified?
Prabhuji is singing the glories of Krishna and the churning sound.
Churning, what is happening while churning? Which sound? Their ornaments.
Prabhuji,
Gopis sang, that was one sound, and then their ornaments, earrings, everything moved and created a sound, right? Churning rods. Anyone remember this kind of description where else we read? In a Krishna book only. Anyone remember?
Prabhuji, in Yashoda Mata's.
Which episode? Yeah, correct.
And Yashoda Mata is chasing the Krishna.
Yeah, Damodar Lila, yes. Same description, right? So Yashoda Mata is a topmost gopi. I mean, she's also like, we read in Mother Kunti's prayer as well, right? So that's what is natural, their description. That was their occupation. After sunrise, the gopis came as usual to offer their respects to Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, right? So this is another etiquette. After doing worship to the Lord and after doing, before we start our day, we offer respect to elders as well in the homes. We offer pranams to our superiors. At least we used to do in our childhood. Now we stay here, but then in the temple also, any Maharajas are there or some any senior devotees have come, we offer pranams to them as well. And in the home also, whenever we go, like with the father or mother, when we're going, we touch their feet as well every day. So it's a very good to get their blessings. So you see here also they're going as usual. Means not that it was one day they went. As usual means every day they're going to offer the respects to Nanda Baba and Yashoda because they are the eldest in that community. Nanda Maharaj was a Maharaj, so king of Raja. But then what they saw the golden chariot of Uddhava at the door. So they began to inquire among themselves. Like let's say in the home, in the locality, some new car comes, new bike comes. Everyone suddenly starts looking at whose car it is, who has come. So those days the chariot was a vehicle. So they suddenly saw that new chariot has come. Looks like, what was the chariot? That chariot, and to whom did it belong? Some of them inquired whether Akrur, who had taken away Krishna, had returned. They were not very much pleased with Akrur because being engaged in the service of Kamsa, had taken lotus-eyed Krishna away to the city of Mathura. All the gopis conject that Akrur might have come again to fulfill another cruel plan. But they thought, we are now dead bodies without our Supreme Master Krishna. So are they really dead? What do you say? We are now dead bodies.
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah, then why they are saying we are now dead bodies?
The threat is there, Prabhuji.
Because their master is not there. Like their master is their soul, and when their master is gone, that means even their soul is also gone. And then they are telling that they are dead.
Yeah. So, like, let's say, just imagine in the home you are all alone. It is suddenly a night time, or let's say your father, mother, nobody is there in the home. How frightening it will be. It's look like a whole house looks like a. Of course, nowadays there is a safeties and a lot of entertaining things they keep for us that we don't feel any problem. But generally, without anybody, without especially our loved ones, dear ones, it looks very, very boring. What's the point? So they had so much love for Krishna. Without Krishna, they were thinking, we are like a living dead only. So as our Lakshit was telling very nicely, Krishna was their life and soul. Now Krishna is only not there means their soul is only not there. So soul means we have idea about ourselves as a soul and Krishna is a super soul. But here for them, their life and soul, everything was Krishna only. So that Krishna is only not there, their soul is not there. They're like a dead. So that's what they're saying. We're now dead bodies without our Supreme Master Krishna. What further act can Akrur perpetrate against these dead bodies? While they were talking in this way, Uddhava finished his morning ablutions, prayers, and chanting and came before them. So you see, Uddhava also followed his morning program. We read Gopis following their morning program, and we're seeing here how Uddhava also followed his morning program. So if you are a devotee of Krishna, the morning program is there for everyone. Right? So we have to try. Of course, in the homes, we have to see as much as best possible, doing aartis every day. But if not, then at least we get up and prayers and then chant. In the temple, we have that schedule. Every day morning, 4:30, we have Mangal Aarti, then Narsing Aarti, Tulsi Aarti, we worship Tulsi, we water the Tulsi plant. Then we sit all devotees together and chant Japa, complete our 16 rounds. Then we have a beautiful darshan of the Lord. Pujaris that decorate the Lord. Then everyone takes darshan. Then Guru Puja, worship Srila Prabhupada. And then we hear the Srimad Bhagavatam class. So in the home, we can see as best as possible. But at least we have to make sure we chant our rounds in the morning. That's a very good prayer. And then eventually with the parents and things, if you can set up nice aartis also, that's very good. Lighting up the lamp and worshipping, that creates a very, very good auspiciousness. So who remember just now we read how the whole atmosphere was sanctified? Just now we read before this. How the whole atmosphere gets sanctified, becomes very, very nice.
The mixing of the two sounds.
What was those two sounds? Especially the sound of the Gopis singing the glories of Lord.
Singing the glories of Lord Krishna.
Yeah. And then there were instruments also. So Kartal, Mridanga, singing and glorifying the Lord. So that creates a very, very good atmosphere. In temple, we have one devotee. Every day his name is announced in the morning book score. Any of you heard or don't know, his name is Jnaneshwar Prabhu. So he's a family man. He's not like a brahmachari, stays with us in the temple. But every day he comes in that morning 4 o'clock. Okay. And then not that he comes in the temple 4 o'clock, but in the home only starts his chanting at 2:30. He completes their chanting and then he comes to the temple at 4 o'clock. Then he attends Mangala Aartis and things. If you want to see, you can just see during Tulsi Aarti, he takes the lamp. If you have seen the morning online Aartis or so, Tulsi Aarti time, he takes the lamp from the Pujari of Tulsi and then he gives to all. That is a fixed seva. And then he does a lot of services during that time. He keeps the dresses of the deities and things. And then there also he sits and chants. And then he goes for his home. There also he completes additional 16 rounds. Like that 32 rounds he does. Then he, then he goes for his job. And his job is simple till 4 or 5 o'clock he goes. Then he goes for book distribution. That's why his name comes every day in the temple. One name is Matchless Gift Stall, distributed this many Prabhupada books. And then Jnaneshwar Prabhu distributed this many books every day. And then others if somebody has done also. And then after coming from book distribution in the home, 7:30 to 8:30 every day, half an hour, all the families, he, his sons, daughters, and family, all they come together and then they read from Bhagavatam. And then half an hour they do Kirtan. They sing the chanting of instruments. And 8:30 he goes to bed. Amazing, man. So in the home, it creates a very, very good ambience when we do Kirtans especially. That is a yoga dharma for this. Doing worship and all, it's very nice. All of you also can learn. Tulsi Aarti is a very simple. But deity worship also is a very good, very simple. We'll teach you if you start coming to temple, weekends we'll plan. But doing Kirtan is very simple. You can have Kartal. Kartals are very simple. That also we'll plan to teach once you come here. And then you can sing. There are many nice Kirtans you can practice and you can, everyone come together in the home sings. It's very good. So doing morning program and evening program. That's what Prabhupada gave us. Morning Bhagavatam and evening Bhagavad Gita. And then daytime devotees, they go out for services, distributions, and things. So we can also try planning, because now all of you are students. Morning you do your chanting, then daytime do best with your studies, completing your revisions, of completing homeworks, revising the next day's, what is their scheduled syllabus to be completed. And then you are done with the day. Evening you come for a discussion and then do kirtans and then finish, end the day. So Uddhava is also doing morning program. Interesting, right? So finer details Prabhupada has mentioned. So thus ends the Bhaktivedanta Purport of 46th chapter of Krishna, Uddhava visits Vrindavan. So here, actually visit is not over yet. He came to Vrindavan, but now comes the discussion with the Gopis. That's why this is an exclusive chapter. Because now he came, he observed how Vrindavan is, and then he saw Nanda Baba, Yashoda, he heard from them, and then he tried to pacify them. And then the next day started, and now the Gopis have come. Now, next chapter, chapter 47. Delivery of the message of Krishna to the Gopis. When the Gopis saw Uddhava, they observed that his features almost exactly resembled those of Krishna. And they could understand that he was a great devotee of Krishna's. And because, as we said before also, what is the object of our meditation, like that we develop the features also. So because Uddhava was so much devoted to Krishna, his complexion, his structure of body, everything became like Krishna. Right? So that's why it's good to meditate. We should have a nice pictures of the Lord in the home. So that becomes the object for our vision. His arms were very long and his eyes were just like the petals of the lotus flower. He was dressed in a yellow garments and wore a garland of lotus flowers. His face was very beautiful, having achieved the liberation of Sarupya. Anyone knows how many are types of liberations? Here one is written Sarupya. Rupa means the form. Sa means the same type of form. Because he and Krishna, he achieved the same form as like Krishna. Yeah. There are 5 types, yeah. You know, Joshit Prabhu, what are those 5?
Should I tell the Sanskrit names or like I can tell?
Yeah. You just tell Sanskrit, yeah. No need of detail. Just tell the Sanskrit names. You know Sanskrit names?
No, Prabhuji. That's fine.
Okay.
Can tell in English.
Yeah, there is a Sarupya, then there is a Samipya, Salokya, Sarishti, and Sayujya. So having a same form, having a closeness to the Lord. Samipya, Salokya means having the same platform. Sarishti means having the same opulence as the Lord. Means of course Lord has unlimited, but then having the same opulence, staying as the Lord is staying in Vaikuntha or Goloka. And then Sayujya, which devotee doesn't accept, Vaishnavas, because that is a merging, impersonal. Because again one has to come down. But as the Mayavadis, they take that way. So these are the 5. So Uddhava was having a full meditation on Lord. So he has achieved the Sarupya liberation. And thus having the same bodily feature as the Lord. Uddhava looked almost like Krishna. So anyone knows who else was looking like Krishna in Krishna book? But that was a negative example. That's why he got destroyed. That episode will come later. But anyone? Not Panduranga. Yeah, little bit closer.
Panduraka.
Poundraka. Poundraka. Yeah. So he was having a same. I mean, he was not having. He was artificially doing. He got killed. He got finally destroyed. So anyways, yeah, so Uddhava looked almost in Krishna's absence, the Gopis had been coming dutifully to visit Mother Yashoda's house early in the morning. They knew that Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda were always grief-stricken, and they had made it their first duty to come and pay their respects to the most exalted elder personalities of Vrindavan. Seeing the friends of Krishna, Nanda and Yashoda would remember Krishna himself and be satisfied. And the Gopis also would be pleased by seeing Nanda and Yashoda. So they wanted to solace the feelings of Nanda and Yashoda. So that's why is coming together in association, so that we also get remembrance of the Lord. That's what Nanda and Yashoda now practically alone, but Gopis coming, and then, I mean, of course, they're already devotees, but you can learn how coming together in association of devotees, when we discuss about Krishna, we remember Krishna, then naturally all our problems or pangs of miseries get settled, they go away. When the Gopis saw that Uddhava was representing Krishna, even in his bodily features, they thought he must be a soul completely surrendered unto the Supreme Personality of God. They began to contemplate, who is this boy who looks just like Krishna? He has the same eyes like lotus petals, the same raised nose and a beautiful face, and is smiling in the same way. In all respects, he resembles Krishna, Shyama Sundara, the beautiful blackish boy. He's even dressed exactly like Krishna. Where has this boy come from? Who is the fortunate girl who has him for her husband? Thus they talked among themselves. They were very anxious to know about him. And because they were simple, unsophisticated village girls, they surrounded Uddhava. So because they're like a village girls and all, generally in a traditionally cultured way, boys and girls, they have a separate places, separate areas, separate training and all. But then there are simple village girls. So they came closer to Uddhava and surrounded him. So what happens later and how Uddhava responds and gives the message, and it's amazing dialogues, how Uddhava gives them the message of Krishna and how they replied back to Uddhava, and how Uddhava gets really transformed and touched by seeing how much they are Krishna conscious. And then what Uddhava desires after meeting with them. So that's the further whole this topic will go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So most important lesson what we learned today, who noted? Yeah.
We should do morning prayers.
Morning program, very nice. Right? Morning program is most important. So otherwise it will become morning program. Morning and morning. MOURIN. Morning means the lazy. One loses the time just because of laziness. So morning time is the best time, is a Brahma Muhurta. So very, very, even science also proved. After this, I'll show you that video, why billionaires, they wake up at 4 a.m. Science has shown that video. I mean, some of you might have seen in some of our sessions, but that time is a very, very active brain, the physical structure. Every day one, at our this Karna Randra, this lotus petals, 1,000 lotus petal opens and one Amrit drop comes here. So if you're awake and we're doing spiritual activities, then we are there to receive that. That develops immunity, that develops good intelligence, and that develops a proper discrimination, and one gets the blessings. Devi Devatas, they travel from the sky, they also shower the blessings that the souls are doing Krishna consciousness. Very nice. But if you're sleeping, then we lose all those things, benefits. That's why nowadays people are sleeping late nights, then they sleep in the daytime. It's exactly against the bodily cycle, sun cycle. Then naturally they're getting so many diseases and the lifespan is reducing, immunity is going down. For a short time, it may look like nothing is happening to me. But later, after we cross the 35, 40, you can check with your parents how the body starts showing the signals. Slowly, things starts going down. Curve starts coming down, and then finally become old age, and then finally the soul. So if we really regulate our life, then we can live more with the human body. We can do more Krishna consciousness, so that at least we did our best efforts for caring for our human opportunity what we have got. That's why morning program is all the ways the best practice, physically also and spiritually as well. And then you can do your studies after your chanting. You can sit and do your studies also. It's very, very good for your studies as well. Okay, so morning program is the most important lesson. Even the Gopis, those are highest devotees, topmost devotees, Uddhava, all are coming and doing their morning program. Uddhava is not at his home also, right? Uddhava is traveling to another home. But in that home also, he got up, he did his oblations, he offered prayers, he did his chanting, and then he came out. You noticed? Sometimes we go to the guest home or traveling to other places, then we thought, how can I do now? But Uddhava is also traveling, but then although he's in the another's house, guest's house, but still he got up and did his puja, chanting and everything. So, right, we don't stop eating the food, although we go to the guest house or some other journey. We pack food for journey as well. So Uddhava, I mean, spiritual practice also should not be stopped. That is a food for our soul. So nicely Prabhupada is describing the singing of the Gopis while churning the butter. So we should do Krishna conscious activities parallelly as much as possible. Like let's say you are cleaning house, you can put some nice kirtans, right? Nice sound comes, and at the same time you're cleaning, you're washing, you're mopping the vessels, you're helping the mother. Then become Krishna conscious. You like to hear some lecture, put some lecture, then continue your works doing parallelly. In our temple, morning when we do take prasad, when the devotees come together, we read a Krishna book or Prabhupada Lila. So we so that's adding Krishna in our activities, making conscious of being conscious that we are doing for Krishna. The Gopis also we saw, and Mother Yashoda also we read in the Damodar Lila how she is also doing. So you can also try best. We have a nice devices and all you can take. Very simple music, kirtans you play. You can go on doing is a Bluetooth, you can walk also. You can put in bathroom and hang and then take bath and let purify our heart as well while hearing. Okay. Thank you all very much for joining and giving your association. That is Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.